Hi, I'm Daniel. This channel features historical photos, carefully chosen and edited to tell untold stories. Stay till the end. One of the last images is rare and almost never seen. Cheyenne leader Two Moons, who fought at Custer's last stand in 1876, later served as one of the models for James Fraser's Indian head nickel, 1910. A businessman selling his the day after the stock market crash, October 30th, 1929. German strongwoman Katie Sanduina in a signed photo, 1934, last stretch of her career. She was 50 years old. A ballerina mends her own stockings in the dressing room. Voronezh Opera and Ballet Theater, USSR, 1984. Lara Atzier, the chief's daughter of the Laguna Pueblo, 1904. Drying the Pasta, Italy, 1929. Stephen Hawking and his wife Jane in 1965. Elvis and Anne Margaret filming Viva Las Vegas, 1964. Olivia de Havilland by the Sea in 1935. A bride leaving her recently bombed home to get married in London, November 4th, 1940. James Dean, Times Square, New York City, 1954. Acrobat Mara Campo flexing her muscles for a fan, circa 1950s, during her prime. Urban designers in the 1950s. Terry Garr, photographed by Dennis Hopper, 1965. Pamela Anderson, 1992. Royal Artillery Private, posing with his little friend during WW1. Annie Ensign Taylor poses with her cat and the barrel in which she rode over Niagara Falls, 1901. Covent Garden Labourers, Street Life in London, 1877. IBM Computer, 1960s. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and his wife riding a tandem tricycle, 1895. Toffs and Tufts. The photo illustrates the class divide in pre-war Britain, 1937. Fleetwood Mac, 1977. Men in traditional Dutch clothing, 1900. Portrait of Hattie Tom, an Apache Native American, 1899. American inventor H.L. Bowden with his deep-sea diving suit, featuring shoulder-mounted 1,000-watt lamps and an integrated telephone, 1931. Linda Cardellini, 1999. Ice skaters in the 1930s. Skating in suits was a thing back then. East German soldier Hans Conrad Schumann jumps over barbed wire to defect to West Berlin, August 15, 1961, 2 days after the construction of the Berlin Wall began. Nora Miao, Bruce Lee, and Maria Yi, 1972. A Native American man overlooking the newly completed Transcontinental Railroad in Nevada, 1860s. Labeling machine at the original Heinz factory, Pittsburgh, 1901. Bobby Gentry crossing the Tallahatchie Bridge in 1967. Pennsylvania coffee shop, 1943. Photo by Esther Bubley. A housewife taking frozen Long Johns off the washing line, 1940s. Sofia Vergara at Bogota, Colombia in 1992. People in front of a TV store watching the Olympics, Italy, 1960. A woman and a Pontiac, Medina Lake, 1945. Ritsuko Kai, 1970. Jean-Michel Basquiat, a neo-expressionist artist, 1986. Youngsters at a record shop, Webster Groves, Missouri, 1944. Photo by Nina Lean. Marilyn Monroe in promotional photos for the film The Asphalt Jungle, 1950. Log driving near Glens Falls, New York, on the Hudson River, 1907. Dalibor Stojcic, a Miss Universe contestant from Yugoslavia, Mira JNA MiG-21 F-13, 1968. A stunning portrait of Carole Lombard from her early career, 1928. A shop fronts in the English town of Shrewsbury, circa 1890. An engineer wiring an early IBM computer, 1958. Photo by Berenice Abbott. Abu Simbel temples viewed from the Nile River, Egypt, 1905. "20 mule team drawn farm combine harvester, Walla Walla County, Washington. Photo by Russell Lee, July, 1941. A woman and a child walking down a Tyneside street in Newcastle, England, 1950. Photo by Bert Hardy. " A postman empties a mailbox attached to a tram. Berlin, 1920. Hairstyle for the atomic age, 1951. Young woman working at a Walgreens drugstore in Boise, Idaho, 1958. Beehive hairdo, 1960s. Louis Armstrong playing for his wife, Egypt, 1961. Muhammad Ali enjoying his in-car vinyl record player, 1960. Lea Salonga recording her singing voice for the titular character of the movie Mulan, 1998. Grace Slick performing at the Fillmore Eat in NYC, 1968. A photo of 21 years old Michelle Yeoh at Miss Malaysia World, 1983. Buddy Holly performing his last show on the stage of the Surf Ballroom with Waylon Jennings, February 2nd, 1959. Sophia Loren on a boat, circa 1955. Waiting room with TV sets at Greyhound Bus Station, Los Angeles, USA, 1969. River Phoenix photographed by Gus Van Sant, For My Own Private Idaho, 1991. Carole Lombard, 1930s. Edwin S. Porter in 1912. Paiute woman grinding acorns for flour, Lemoore, Kings County, California, circa 1900. French soldiers receiving gifts on Christmas, 1944. In 1971, Cheryl Bound became the first African-American contestant in Miss America pageant. The $64 washer for sale at Sears Roebuck store at Syracuse, New York City, 1941. A smelting furnace operator in Muscle Shoals during WW2, Alabama, June 1943. Jazz singer Dorothy Masuka, circa 1950s. Nazi rally at New York City, 1939. Chinese-American waitress Ruth Lee displaying a flag of China to make clear she is not Japanese to avoid harassment, December 1941. At the Pub by Rennie Ellis, Brisbane, 1982. A German submarine from WW1 washed ashore on the beach of Hastings, Sussex, England, April 1919. James Dean and Elizabeth Taylor, Behind the Scenes of Giant, 1956. Betty and Rosemary Clooney, 1950s. Studio 54, 1978. The 9 kings of Europe gathered for the first and only time at the funeral of King Edward VII in London, May 20th, 1910. Taxi in Milan, Italy, 1920s. Hairstyles from the 1970s. The Public Library of Cincinnati's first bookmobile, circa 1927. The Zepp Diner in Los Angeles, California. A futuristic grocery shopping trip, envisioned at the General Motors Pavilion at the World's Fair, New York City, 1964. Huge and happy crowds welcoming the return of beer after 13 years of prohibition. Los Angeles, April 7th, 1933. Removable radio in Oldsmobile or Pontiac works on its own batteries when unplugged, 1957. Ford FX Atmos, 1954. Gran Via Street, Madrid, 1956. Big J. McNeely and his fans at the Olympic Auditorium, Los Angeles, 1950s. Huntington Beach, California, during the oil boom of 1928. Piccadilly Circus, London, 1940s. The opening day of the first McDonald's in Moscow, January 31st, 1990. Charles C. Ebbets, photographing the construction of a skyscraper, NYC, 1932. Lantern Slide of Hester Street, New York City, 1903. American girls stopping for Cokes at the Colisée Café after watching a Saturday afternoon movie, Paris, 1940s. Photo by Gordon Parks. Typewriter service on the streets of Istanbul, 1959. FDR Wright while at Groton School, 1890s. Victorian-era radiator with built-in food warmer. The start of the construction of Hoover Dam, July 7, 1930.